Hello, Scott Ryan. Thank you for joining me. Well, I've been saying since 2008 when Obama was elected that his agenda is very clear, and that is he's here to destroy America. This isn't somebody who, as many of the politicians who want to be diplomatic, they say that he's in over his head, Romney being one of them. That is delusional or deliberately deceptive. If you look at the history of Obama, if you look at the people with whom he's surrounded himself his entire life, there could be but one agenda, and that is to destroy America. I've written about it. I wrote about it in 2008. I'll post it at tableofwisdom.com. That was his agenda. It is to push, to pick at wounds, to foment strife until he reaches the point where we have no choice, until states are forced to secede. And today's Wall Street Journal featured a piece talking about the Department of Justice. Now, that's a misnomer if there ever was one, but the Department of Justice is striking down Texas's new law that would force, or I should say create, the requirement of a voter registration, additional voter registration identification. And somehow the Department of Justice, well, first of all, it begs the question, who the hell are they? Who elected them? I mean, this is an organization in itself that is rogue. It is full of ambitious attorneys, like the type that Elliot Spitzers of the world, who want to make a name for themselves, and they make their careers. They start out there harassing corporations and harassing CEOs and accusing them of monopoly, all kind of antitrust suits. But now they're going after states. And this is just this is business as usual. And I think that, of course, when I look, it almost seems like fate. It really does seem like destiny. Because when I look at what the Republican Party is doing, the GOP establishment and the media, it's like the blinders have been put on over their eyes. The fact that they are in the process of nominating a presidential candidate who was a former Wall Street CEO. Not that there's anything wrong with that. There's certainly nothing wrong with being a Wall Street CEO. But this is during a time, we're talking about a general election, and during a time when there has never been greater enmity towards Wall Street in American history. So we're nominating somebody who not only was a CEO of a Wall Street firm, but also he's the only candidate in America, only possible candidate who could successfully inoculate President Obama from his singularly greatest affront against America in Obamacare. He totally takes that monumental trespass off the table, and basically has been on the same side of almost every issue as Obama recently over the past decade, until he flip-flopped for the general election. So the day that Mitt Romney is nominated, if we are so credulous as to do so, is really the day that the election ends. I mean, we might as well not even have a general election, because it'll be over from that day. That's pretty nice. It's a pretty sweet deal for Barack Obama, because then he could spend less time campaigning and going to fundraisers and spend more time doing what he does best, and that is to destroy every facet of America that made us great. And and it really does seem like it's fate, and that ties in with the notion that I've written copiously about back in 2008, the fact that I believe that his goal has been to force secession. He's even gone through great pains to and every chance he gets to draw false or specious comparisons of himself with Abraham Lincoln, campaigning before Lincoln banners, even actually being from or having served in the state house where Lincoln served. I don't think it's even a coincidence that that's where this contrived person actually chose to live from the beginning. It's like this whole thing has been already written. We're the world is a stage, and we're playing our parts, and he certainly has been as well. I mean, even his inauguration, he wanted to be sworn in on Lincoln's Bible. In his inauguration ceremony, he served the same menu as in Lincoln's inauguration. You think all that's coincidence? No. He has been giving the media for years all the material they need so they can go on with that narrative for when he successfully forces secession. And that'll only happen if he wins another term. And I believe when I look at, it's spiritual. When I look at the utter stupidity of what the Republican Party establishment is doing in pushing through Mitt Romney, it looks to me like as bad, as egregious as Obama's term has been, that he is destined to win this thing. And we are playing that part. We don't even know it. But it's going to happen, mark my words. Thank you for joining me. I'm Scott Ryan.